Hey guys, it's Path9 Healing back with another Pick a Card Tarot reading. Today's video is all about what is your true purpose in life. We're going to start this reading off with one card from the Wild Unknown Oracle deck to make sure that this is actually your pile. And then we're going to finish off the reading with the Pokemon Evolutions Tarot deck and some advice from the Inner Child Oracle deck as well. All right, so I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel, supporting my video, because it just means so much to me. This is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm finally doing it. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be alerted to any new updates. Okay, so let's get into this. Take a second to ground yourself. Take a deep breath, hold it in, and then choose your pile. Connect with the Pikachu that speaks to you the strongest. All right, if you need a second, feel free to pause the video. All right, let's get started. All right, so if you picked pile 1, this Pikachu pen, this is your reading. All right, put him over here. The womb. I really feel like you're the kind of person who goes out of their way to like nourish and uplift others. Like that's really special. But like if you see someone sad, like you can't stand to see another sad person. You will literally like expend a great amount of energy to make their day better. You're just a very nourishing energy. You really like working with like sick people. Like I get maybe you could be a nurse or a doctor or someone in the healthcare field, like someone who directly sees patients. Yeah, I could get that you're a healer of some sort. Huh. Yeah, but anyway, you're just a really kind person and you really like to do things for others. You often give too much of yourself without really getting anything in return, but you don't really mind that because you just like helping and like just seeing someone smile is just the whole reason why you do it in the first place. Like that just sets your soul on fire. Um, Anything else? I think that this like blessing that you have can also act as a curse for you because it's definitely not like balanced. So you often give a lot, but then like when you're drained, you don't receive a lot or like there is no one there to help you. So I think that this is something that like in your purpose in life, you're going to learn boundaries and how to like not give all of yourself away to people who choose to stay in positions that harm them. Um, you can, like everyone says, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So maybe you have to learn when, like, that's not your job and that everyone's on their own path and that maybe someone's bad day is a manifestation of where they are in life and that's not your responsibility. But yeah, as far as like who you are as a person, you have a very fertile imagination. You can see the reason why people are in the situations that they are, and you have unconditional love for them. So you want to nurture them and want to show them a different way, but you just have to recognize like where people are, like you have to meet people where they are, and if they're not ready to accept like truth, then that's where they are. They have to work through that, and you can't spend time waiting for them to sort of get it together. And this could be anyone, and this is just kind of the patterns that I see like you typically having. All right, but we're gonna actually get into the Pokemon Tarot deck. Yeah, boundaries seems to be a big thing. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Look how pretty these cards is. They have like this nice gold foil across the side. Anyway. These cards are a little harder to shuffle. You don't want to bend them, you know. Okay, I'll take this card. Yeah, like you come you come into contact with a lot of energy vampires, people who you just like want to help, want to do nice things for, but they leave you completely drained and then they keep coming back. You can't leave them. Like, they cause more issues in your life. They bring more pain and suffering, and like honestly, you might even end up doing not bad things, but like things that aren't helping you as a person because you're so enwrapped with an energy that's just concerned with not growing. So your purpose in life is to really like create firm boundaries and be able to like lost a card. And be able to give and heal, but like the right people. Like, not everyone deserves your energy, is pretty much the message that I'm getting here. You could be a Sagittarius or like an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I'm getting Sagittarius. Like, you you're really fiery, you're really energetic with your love, and like that's what attracts people, is that it's such a passionate, fiery love that like, you know, you're excited to hang out with them, or like, you know, you appreciate the moment is another thing that I'm hearing, so that people are shocked by that, and like you're not in a negative mindset a lot of the time, so like they like to be around that, even if like they stay in their negative mindset. They just like to feel the warmth of your energy. Like, wow. Like, you bring the light. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, you bring the light. But, you know, when things hit the fan for you because you're doing so much work for the collective, work for other people, that like your cup is not full. Like, you aren't as, you lose from like just giving and giving and giving. You lose your connection to yourself, and like none of these people who you're helping are at the level that you normally are to be able to do what you do that helps them. So essentially, like, it's not an abundant situation. That was the back of deck energy. Or yeah, just not an abundant situation. Like the hangman, you end up like, you end up brokenhearted, basically. Like, that's, yeah. Oh, that's too many cards. You end up brokenhearted. So yeah, your true purposes in life is to be able to just freely give your love, knowing when somebody isn't interested in mutual sharing and respect. And instead of seeing that as a rejection, look at it as a redirection, so you can continue giving the love to people who are open to it, who are emotionally available for it, who can appreciate you for it, and truly raise you up. Like, you are joy incarnate. like basically, like if left up to your own devices, you will like I hear like you make jokes to yourself, like you just like you're not talking to anyone in particular, but you're like laughing and having a great time like all alone. Like it doesn't even matter like who's around you. Like you can just go off on an adventure. You're fine. That's why I got this like overwhelming Sagittarius energy. Like you don't need anyone, but like the people who you do connect to, like whether they be positive or negative or energy vampires or wherever they are in their cycle, because we heal, like people do heal and they can change. It's very hard to heal because you have to take ownership of things that have happened to you. And like Sagittarius, I feel like you've had your heart broken more than once, but you still know how to find like the joy in life and not to let those experiences like bring you down. Like that's that's mostly what I'm getting. See, it's like funny because like your true purpose is like such a day-to-day subjective thing. Like your purpose is that door you held open for that pregnant woman when, her hands were full and she had two other kids. Like you were there for a reason to help her, and like that made her day, even if you were like not actively aware of it. But like your smile is infectious. Like it has helped people like change their mindset. Like if their day wasn't so bad and they could, yeah, like it's just a very abundant energy. That Knight of Coins, so is that Page of Pentacles? Yeah, it's a pretty abundant energy, like hardworking, doing what has to be done. It's like the small vibrations, the ripples that you place into the world, the good that you put into the world, it comes back to you for sure. That's basically what it is. It's the world and Knight of Coins, like the goodness that you put into the world, it comes back. And you see it and others see it, and you have big dreams. You want to save the world. Honestly, you really want to help. And it seems like that's why you're here, because you want to help the world. But it's like even on the micro scale, like just doing things in your own community changes the world. It like the way like energy works is that you talk to someone, and how you talk to them is like what your mood, like how your mood is. Like that's what determines how you talk to them, and your mood is determined by how other people talk to you throughout the day until you got up to this person, right? So if you had a lot of negative interactions and people who are just bringing you down, like how do you think you're going to talk to the next person you talk to? Unless you're conscious and aware, most people can't overcome overwhelming negativity. So the next person they talk to, they're also negative or stressed, or like something is going on. And as a waitress, like this happened to me a lot, where I could have meditated all morning and exercised and ate right, but like if I couldn't handle the amount of negativity that was coming in, then I could be overcome with that negative energy and then pass it on. So, if I have a negative interaction with the next person, with the next person, they're going to maybe be upset or have like a miffed attitude, and that's going to affect their next conversation. And even after the energy has left me and the other person I was talking to, that energy is still rolling in whatever direction. So, that could affect the whole town essentially. So that's essentially how like collective energies like pass from person to person. So when we're like actively and mindfully putting positive energy into the universe, and consciously aware that there is a lot of negativity out there, and we choose to be positive anyway, it is hard work, but it's necessary. That energy will pay it forward essentially. And like that is your purpose, is just to spread positive energy, to do that inner work that allows you to know that Yeah, there might be a lot of bad, but I have a choice. I can make good choices too. I can put good into the world. I am powerful enough to overcome my circumstances. And yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting. All right. So, let's just do that was beautiful. I love this one. Okay, let's do the inner child oracle deck for advice. The party. Yeah, exactly. Celebration, community, friendship. To celebrate is to experience life at its fullest. Cultivate an air of celebration today through action or by spirit. Invite others to celebrate with you and let yourself enjoy their company. Friendships make life all the more sweeter. Yes. It's like don't let your heart grow cold to other people, especially if you have been hurt a lot or have been drained by a lot of people. Just like take note and direct your energy elsewhere. It really isn't that such a big deal. Like it's not personal, it's vibrational. If you're not feeling the vibes are right, you don't have to be there. You can get up. If the area is not serving you, you don't have to be there. You can essentially leave. And I will also say being being open to different groups and different kinds of people, like that's what you're really good at. You don't judge people based on things like race, religion, political affiliation. You don't take it personally. Like you know that their reasons for whatever they're doing have they probably haven't even considered something outside of themselves, and you know that. So you try not to let it hold you back because their intentions aren't to hurt you, essentially. Even if they are making choices that you personally wouldn't make, they're still their choices and you have control over your choices. And the more you hang out with people, the more you influence them just by the way you are. And if you are a kind, giving, sharing person and you want to be around more kind, giving, sharing people, or kind, giving, sharing people who want to be more kind, giving, and sharing want to hang around you, then honestly, like, what does it matter what they believe, like, what, their micro beliefs are when their actions speak louder than, their Facebook posts ever could. So, all right. So, thank you so much, Pile One. You are a rock star. You're going to do amazing things. Your heart is so big, and you're really here to just share the love and be the love and be the energy that we are looking up to. Like that kind of unbiased, unconditional, love that we can hopefully embody, heal ourselves, and heal our community. Yay! All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you resonated. Comment below if this video made any sense to you. Drop your big three, or just say hi if you just want to show love. All right, love you guys. See ya. Okay, guys. Hey, if you picked pile 2, this is your reading. Yeah, so if you picked this little guy, I guess some form of evolution of Pikachu. Alright, so I'm going to put them there. Alright, so we're going to get started. The animal. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is that you have this drive. Like your vision and your drive to like accomplish your goals. I'm feeling it's a little bit imbalanced, like maybe you're a workaholic. Um from what I get is that like there's a lot of balance lacking. Like maybe you spend too much time at work, like your family's complaining about like not seeing you enough. Mom, spouses, children. You have to put like, bread on the table, get the kids the like newest items, cutest clothes, keep the house looking right. Like it's a lot of work. Is what I'm getting. You care a lot about your family, but it's just like You never get to spend time with them because you're just trying to make sure that they look good. You like feel like you don't even know your daughter. Um it's just like I'm getting like this work-life balance struggle that your like true purpose is to be with your family. It's like your kids are the most important. I get that you're a parent here and you're just trying to give them everything that you didn't have. Like you just recognize that like you had to work so freaking hard to be where you're at and you're addicted to the grind, like no lie, like that feeling of when you don't have anything and then you get something like from just pure hard work and dedication and consistency, like yeah, it's totally a rush. So I can understand why, you have this mindset because that's the only mindset that's ever gotten you through life. Like, you can have beautiful things. People can see you and think like, "Oh, like he's a stand-up guy, whatever. Like he's keeping up with the Joneses, whatever." But, you're like, is this it? Like I just go to work, never see my family and then die? Like I spend all my time there and just imagine what it was like to have a family, especially if you like, set out to find the girl to have a family and, provide for said family, but like, not if you're not enjoying them. And it's not because you don't enjoy them, it's just because you don't have time to enjoy them. And then, that's causing some other issues within the family, I'm getting. Because now it's like you don't know them, so you can't connect because not enough time has been spent up until this point. Like if the teenage daughter is about to be like 14, you've missed so much, especially if like while she was little, all that good like daddy daughter time. I don't know why I keep getting like, maybe it's just like how it's like flowers around like this animal, like it's the beast, but it's yet this like really domestic, like very pretty, very calm, very like feminine energy as well, like blended in with it. And because like the way it's like this is what you want to do. Like you want to be there. You want to be in that like cozy family feminine energy, but like the world society demands that you give them this animal so that your family can even do that without you essentially, and like it's not freaking fair. Like that's so your purpose though. Okay, so I'm going to split the deck. Oop, I'm not going to take that card because I didn't shuffle. Wow, cards keep falling out though. They're open to this conversation. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Of course, 10 of Cups, like your baby, your wife, your husband, whoever whoever you're with, like that's the purpose. That's the like it was written that you would have this family, like ultimate fulfillment. But the thing that's standing in your way is the coins, the society, the man, the king of the coins, like the guy who writes your paychecks and stuff is standing away from this like emotional abundance. So what job are you working? Maybe here, let's keep reading. Let the Pokemon cards tell you what's up. Yeah, I see you being a very nurturing person, and if you like didn't have to work, you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm seeing like just like being very disconnected from your partner. not being able to really like connect on stuff because you're not there. Things are really hard, and you feel like you can't like get out of stuff, so you have to constantly like cancel family stuff or not go to parties because like you got to go to work. And the people in your life, they're like, where are you? But at the same time, it's like everybody enjoys the standard of living, so we have to work this much. And it puts you in this like really really isolated place because I don't pick up that you particularly like your job. Yeah, I don't, I think you just do it for the money. Like, it's just good money. Like, the stress isn't even worth it, and then you don't even have time with your spouse to like, you don't have time for your hobbies. Like, you don't have time for anything. Like you just belong to whatever company you work for. You want a new beginning, you want to quit, you want to like work on a passion project. Maybe you're an inventor. Maybe like you have some good ideas that you really want to like put out there. Come on, like go home, do what the rest of us are doing. It's like look at me. I quit my job and manifest that. Manifest it. Manifest it. You are so capable. I quit my job. I'm doing this full time. It's a little slow right now, but it'll pick up. I mean, you just got to believe in it wholeheartedly. Manifest your abundance. Like, you have good ideas. You can bring them into fruition. You know how to do things too. It's like whatever you do for your company, you should do on YouTube or like start a Patreon or, just any kind of like how to. Like, I'm getting like, how to do things. Like, you can show people how to do stuff. Yeah, it's like this balance. You just have no balance. You couldn't even start those projects. You'd have to like, essentially what I'm getting from my guides at least, they're saying you'd have to work another 3 months to save up enough to like get yourself where you need to be, but your goal, your intention isn't going to be just to keep living the same way. So you know what I mean? So like you're going to set the intention to change, to start doing YouTube videos, to start having your hobbies back. And even if you don't like go straight into making a YouTube video, you're going to start doing the stuff you know how to do, that you like to do, and you're going to carve out time for it. And, you're going to work on your mental health, and you're going to start gauging whether or not some of these things that you need to do, that the job needs you to do, are actually beneficial for you to keep doing. Like, is it just to like look good? Like, is it extra fluff so so people like you at work? Or is it like your job? You know what I mean? I feel like you do a lot at your job so that like, other people are like, oh, he's amazing, at the job, but like it's more than. But yet, like, when it comes to your regular job, what am I getting? It's just like, you're amazing to those people, but like when shit happens, I'm sorry, when things happen, like, no one's there to support you. Or like, somebody dies, or like you have to come into work, like things like that. Like, they're not, they don't work with you. They don't work with you, even though you're bending over backwards trying to work with them. So like, yeah, just get like constantly on guard, never really having, you're like so stressed because like, people will be asking you to do stuff. You haven't been to like an event in 5 years, and like they're like, what's the point of all this money? But why you know who you're doing all of this for. It's them. It's them. That's who you're doing it for. Like, there's no one else. Like, but you can't see them like this disappointed in you. Like, it doesn't, like, you feel this way about them and they feel this way about you because they don't, because love needs time and attention. And even though money is nice and money makes us like more comfortable, it doesn't make us more whole. And I think that's something that, like, when y'all started out, I get that, like, y'all didn't have much, y'all didn't have anything, but you were so happy and you were so excited and so idealistic about, you know, what the future was going to be like. But now it's like, it's so unbalanced, you know, you've fallen into these roles and then like you're not excited about those roles. Your partner isn't excited about those roles. Your partner isn't excited to see you because you have nothing to talk about. Like, you talk about the kids, but like you don't have anything you share anymore because you're constantly working. So yeah, your purpose is your family, honestly. Like, to spend more time with these people. You've worked so hard to spend time with them and you don't spend time with them. Like, I don't even see that you don't even take vacations. Like, it's all about just having that house. I mean, dream of what your best life looks like. Like, honestly, like, I don't even see you working like that much. Like, this much. Like, definitely not a 12-hour day. Like, not longer than a 12-hour day. What's that, 9 to 5? Is that 12 hours? 9, 10, 11. Wait, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah. You work like 12 plus 15-hour days. Like, who's doing that? I mean, I guess a lot of people are, but, you know, if you don't love what you're doing, then like, who cares? Like, you're working 12 hours to 15 hours in hell. Like, that's awful. Like, I mean, I guess like at the end of the day, I work a lot of hours, like, but I love doing tarot readings and I love helping people, you know, it's different. And then my husband's involved and like, you know, he's helping me and we're doing it together. It's not, you know, such an isolated event where like I'm being ripped away from my family or my husband's being ripped away from me because, you know, we have to give our lives to work. Like, that's insane. Work definitely is not your purpose, but I think we figured that out. Your family is the love, you know, like when you are on your deathbed, like, yeah, it's just bringing you down. Like, this job is just bringing you down. When you're on your deathbed, like, do you imagine that, like, the last things you'll think about are not pleasant memories with your family, but all the times you were working? Like, that seems like it would be a regret. But yeah, maybe in your past life, like, that was something, that was a theme, that like you were a workaholic or that you had to be away from your family. So this life you said that you would, no matter what, put your family over everything. And then like you are, but it's just not benefiting you. So you need to change something. Let me get the inner child oracle, see what the advice is. Yeah, I see a little girl, like, you have a little girl who has grown up so fast. You need to be there for her. She needs you. She's going to do a lot of amazing things in this world. I hope this resonates with somebody, but like, I just see this little girl and she's like, "Where's my dad?" And, you know, she talks about you all the time and then like everybody's like, okay, like, he's not around basically, but which probably hurts the crap out of you because you love her so much and she'll like never really know how much you love her. You know, because she's a kid. She doesn't need to like know the pain of like life. Well, she will eventually, but like for the most part, while she's a kid, she doesn't need to know the pain of life so much. So, you know, till she has a kid, she probably won't know. Okay. The inner child. Yes. Communication, grace, and self-love. Our inner child is comprised of many different aspects of our childhood. See, we talked about childhood too. At different times in our adult life, our inner child will need their voice to be heard. Practice listening to your inner child, speaking to them with love and kindness. Also, hanging out with children helps our inner child because they do not have the filters that we as adults have on life. Like, they don't think of things as you can't do that. Like, they think anything is possible. So being near a child helps, being in a child's energy helps to bring your energy to their level. Like, anything is possible. There's nothing holding you back. Like, if something is making you unhappy, why are you still there? You know, like, that's how children think. And when our inner child is out of alignment, is crying out for help, is wanting love and security, that's how we need to think. We need to think like, what are, like, I don't want to do that anymore, and then just do something else. Like, your purpose is to truly give your children what you didn't have, and that was love and unconditional support. And like, you will see that, like, yeah, they can teach them financial literacy, make sure that you have what you need, but like, overall, like, do they need to be in the best schools? Like, no. Like, no one asks me about my degree, my college degree, after, you know, I got out of college, unless I was like interviewing for a job that I like intrinsically knew that I was like, that I didn't really like or didn't want to be a part of. So like, this is what I want to do, and I'm a lot happier doing it, even with no money and no views. So like, that's essentially what I'm telling you. Like, you just find your joy in life. Your joy is your family, and spending time with your family and supporting your family, and being at the soccer games and being at the like recitals and the talent shows. You're that kind of person. I keep seeing like a masculine energy, but you could be a mother as well. Also, I get like single mom, like, you know, just hustling for the entire family, and then like your mom is watching the kids. So your kids really want to see you, and they miss you, and you miss being a kid, and you miss your kids, and that's your purpose. So thank you so much. This made me want to cry. Like, I got like that heart tightening feeling where you're just like, oh, I miss this person so much. Like, yeah, like, all right, you guys need to set out time. And even if, like, you know, leaving your job at this moment isn't possible, if you guys can like go on a weekend getaway or some kind of like, even if it's a staycation, like in the house, like, the kids won't care. They just want you. All right. Thank you guys so much. Again, if this video resonated, please comment below, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I appreciate all of the love you guys share to me. I enjoy doing this so much. You know, just reading cards and drinking tea is like my ideal evening. So, you know, thank you for watching me and letting me be in your energy. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Bye. Hey guys, if you picked pile 3, then you picked this really awesome Pikachu pin, and it does this. So that is super cute, right? He's surfing, or he's floating in the clouds with a bunch of balloons. So yeah, super adorable. All right. The nectar. The first thing I heard was, you got the juice. Like, okay. You got the juice, girl. You got the juice. Or boy, whoever it is, got the juice. Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah, so you got the juice. Maybe your name is Rose. I don't know, that name came up for me. You have a flower name. What is your purpose? This one is kind of a hard energy to connect to, I'm not even gonna lie. The other two were quite easy. Let me hold this Pikachu. I get that you're a jack of all trades. You like adventure. You like doing, you kind of like to move. You live by the phrase like grab life by the balls. You like stimulation, like you need it like every second of every day. Like I see 24 hours, like how this is going around in a circle, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you're up. Like you are squeezing life for everything that it has. Like, yeah, that's that's what I get. Like you got the juice. Like you know, if people could like bottle up your energy and sell it, like they would. Like they could. Like it's literally just so strong. Your energy is so strong. It's just like overwhelming with information. Like I'm just getting so much info. I don't even know what I'm. People have called you hyper before. You just like doing things. You're just a very active person. You like teaching people how to do things. You like showing people how to do things. You like showing people your random new interests. So like you have a lot of random new interests. Like people can't keep up with you. Yeah, people cannot keep up with you. Okay, let's see what this Pokemon deck has to say. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting you're a cat person. I don't know. Maybe that resonates for some people. Maybe some people are cat people. Yeah, you're always like, it's like I've heard this before, but it was like, let's date or emotionally ruin me. It's for my art. Like that's kind of the feeling I get from this bio. Like such a minx. I don't know. Like the energy is really seductive, I will say. Like people must consider you very good looking. You might give off like a free-spirited vibe. You get away with a lot because you look so good. Like, I don't know, like people, like you put them in a trance, like you put people in a trance. That's for sure. Like your beauty, your energy, like you get away with murder because you put people in a trance. The Hierophant. You gonna learn today. Sorry. That's what I always hear with the Hierophant. Like, you gonna learn today. What do you need learning on? What is your purpose? Judgment. The Empress. I think you're going to learn how to stop judging yourself. I think to some degree, like, you do have a lot of energy, but you're kind of afraid that, like, people find you actually annoying and, like, don't even really care about your looks anymore because you have so much energy and you need to constantly do stuff. And then you're, like, trying to make it in this world, trying to like be stable financially. Yeah, I kind of just get that you're constantly comparing yourself to others, but there's really no one like you. I mean, obviously there are people like you, but like at the end of the day, there isn't anyone like you. Like, you're an individual. I saw this card. What do you want? Aw, it's just like you just want love. You just want to be loved. You just want to be accepted. And that's why you keep trying to, like, find all these different groups because you're trying to find your people. Your people. Like, the people who just really, like, you resonate with. They're not draining you. Like, yeah, because every freaking friendship that you've had in the last 2 cycles, you know, has been like some kind of catastrophic life lesson. Did it need to be a catastrophic life lesson? But who knows? It was either way. Six of Swords. Yeah, like, it just, like, you had to look out for yourself, and, like, I feel like a lot of people judged you for that. Maybe, like, they judged you for having to separate yourself, like, and it made you feel really bad, like, is essentially what I'm getting. Like, all you wanted was, like, love and to be accepted, and somebody made a good thing into a really bad thing, or is that's just one of the many situations. Six of Coins. Why are y'all falling this way? And Ten of Wands. You miss your friends. You miss hanging out with people. You're like by yourself. Like, it's not fun. Yeah, you miss, like, now it's just work and go home and go to sleep, and, like, you know, nothing's open, you really can't do anything, and you just kind of feel, like, isolated and sad and depressed a bit. What I feel like Spirit's asking you to do right now is just kind of quiet your mind. Like, it's racing. That's why I'm having such a hard time reading, because I'm like, there's so much information just, like, getting thrown at me. Here. What is your true purpose? What is your true purpose? Pile 3. Obviously not these friends that you miss, because they wouldn't be blaming you for things if, like, because I don't see that you did anything per se. You just had to make boundaries with people. Yeah, you just had to make boundaries with people, and they didn't like it, essentially. Like, they didn't like the boundaries that you're making. Honestly, they were just fake friends, and, like, you shouldn't be, like, trying to do things to get them back. Like, it's like, don't even go out of your way, just move forward, because the universe is trying to bring your real tribe to you, your real group, your real soul family. Like, you thought you had a connection to them, but honestly, like, you're trying to make such a connection to life that you haven't really made a connection to yourself. Like, what is it that sets you on fire? Not what you think everyone else is gonna find cool. So, like, that's what I get off of you. So that maybe it's the inauthenticity that I think that a lot of people sense, that they don't understand. They don't know that you're not being authentic, that you're just trying to do things that you think other people will like, instead of doing things that you will like, and getting, like, actual friends, and, like generate, like, an authentic group of friends that actually likes you because you do stuff that you actually like to do. Like, you like Pokemon, obviously, like, you're here, like, you know, like, how do you show up? Like, you want to essentially figure out exactly what it is, how you show up in this world, like, your place. You want to find your place in this world, and, like, that was your purpose mostly here, is just to find love, find where you are, where they resonate with you the best. I'm gonna get a couple more cards. Please tell me I've been recording this. I just didn't see the time thing. Here, let's see. Guess it wants to be upright. I don't know. Alright. Oh, it wants to be reversed. Like, you kind of feel like the world isn't full of opportunities right now and that like most people suck. Like that's not true. Like that's just how you're thinking right now. But I truly believe that like you're a very passionate individual, and once you find your like honestly, I feel like one of your talents is probably networking. Like you found a lot of people, others who could help them. Like you know a lot of people from doing a lot of random activities that when you're done with that activity and somebody else like expresses interest in it, you're going to be like, "Oh, I know somebody who's really good at that. Like I can get you this, that, and the third." So you're like that guy who like always helps, get your friends. You're like Angie's List, but in a person, or like reviews and everything. Like you're like, oh no, this person's the best in the business, and you always know the best of the business of whatever like you were doing. But you're like really good at connecting people. I really get like a lot of Libra energy, like. Maybe you're like a Libra sun, moon, or rising, especially with this like wanting to fit in or wanting to have like solid relationships, but maybe making relationships out of inauthenticity, like making relationships out of a lack of authenticity, so that like at the end of the day you're actually emotionally unfulfilled by these relationships because they don't speak to you. You're just trying to speak to them, and that's not like a healthy relationship, at least one that will like show you the kind of a balanced relationship, the kind that'll show you the support that you're looking for. That's too many cards. I can't take all that. Honestly, your purpose is to drop your guard. Like, honestly, it's almost like you don't want people to really get to know you. You just want people to get to know your aesthetic. Um, because you think that if people really got to know you, they wouldn't like you. Like, they would find you annoying or not smart or vapid or, any of the negative thought patterns. But, your purpose is to really like show up with vulnerability and show others that it's okay to show up with vulnerability. I think that because you're so hard on yourself, you don't realize what other people truly think of you. So you end up projecting this attitude like people don't like you or don't love you or aren't interested in what you got going on. Um, So when you show up more authentic and show up open and show up ready to, have a mutual relationship with others, like as your true self, you'll be able to show others that they can do that too, and you will get the authenticity you're looking for. It's crazy. I'm a Libra rising, so I kind of get this. Like, this pile's kind of for me, like, low-key. You just gotta do what you like to do, and it will attract the kinds of people who you're trying to make that relationship with. Also, I was always wondering why I wasn't able to get the emotional connections that I wanted from people, like healthy, happy emotional connections from people. But the problem was I was emotionally unavailable. And then because I was emotionally unavailable, like everyone else was reflecting the level to which they could be emotionally available from me. Like I was setting the tone essentially of the relationships that I was getting. And I was also attracting, because that was my vibration, I was also attracting those types of people who were also emotionally unavailable because that's what I felt like I deserved, or people who are like me who I have to beg for attention, or they have to beg me for attention. Because, at some point, especially with like social media, with the whole like, especially in the beginning when like you would have the one group of people who everybody would follow at school, and then like you would follow them but they wouldn't follow you back, and like you were like, oh my god, that's so rude. But like it kind of like gave people this like idea that they weren't interesting enough to know, and that like they were only a follower and like not just a like not somebody worth like sharing a relationship for. So like essentially like all of those people were emotionally unavailable and unable to actually have relationships with anybody. um yeah, so I feel like your purpose is to really heal this about yourself, really like see your, instead of looking at the world as something to squeeze, like maybe it's yourself. Like you yourself are full of all this juice, full of all this love, full of all this energy, full of all this like vibrant uh creative ideas. You're like a social butterfly. You know, that's hard for a lot of people to be social, and there's good things about you, and you just need to focus on them essentially and show up as that person no matter what other people think, because I guarantee you there's going to be 2 or 3 people in wherever you are who are going to love it and who are going to feel like they're able to be themselves because you are doing you. Oh, I'm sorry, because you are doing you, and you're just being the best version of yourself, and that's always going to attract more flies with honey than like shit. And honestly, like you want bees, you don't even want flies. So if you have honey, like the bees are going to come to the honey. They're not even going to fool with the crap, you know. They're not even fool with the poop, because and they're not even going to convince the flies that what they have is better. They're just going to gravitate toward it. So there you go. That is definitely like overall is like you need to attract your bees and just be patient. Okay. The sun tree. Warmth, connection, and life. Wow, these are like hitting today. Okay. Nature offers our souls unlimited nourishment. Today feel the heat of the sun on your skin. Speak to a tree or marvel at the sounds of the river. Dig your toes into the rich earth and feel yourself connected to the world around you. You are not outside of this universe. You are a part of it. Everything in this universe is an expression of you, and you are an expression of it. Like, it is so interconnected, so interdependent, that without you, there is nothing. So, know that your energy is divine. You are important. You are cared for. You are loved. And everyone is to some degree annoying. Like, everyone has qualities that don't jive with everyone. Not everyone is going to love you, and that's okay. But you should love you, regardless of what everyone thinks or what everyone's mood is. And the things that annoy them about you are probably qualities within themselves that they haven't fully owned, appreciated, and accepted. So I hope this reading resonated. You know, if you have anything to say about it, like, put that in the comment section. I'm always happy to read comments. I always love hearing what people think about my readings, whether they resonated or not, your situation. Yeah, also, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bells for future updates, future posts. I'm really excited to just start producing content and being my authentic self. So I hope me being my authentic self will help anybody else be their authentic self, because it is great here. Just saying, you know. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, welcome back. If you picked pile 4, then this Pikachu waving hi guys at you is your pile. Alright, I'm gonna put him over here. The thread. This is basically sitting straight up. Okay. I'm gonna hold this Pikachu while I channel this message. The thread. So what I get this is like this long cord that kind of like holds us. So what the red thread is like our tie to this universe, or the silver cord. This is what I like to call the glue. This person, you're the glue. Like, your family wouldn't hang out if it wasn't for you. Essentially, like, your friend group wouldn't hang out if it wasn't for you. Like, they all love you, but like they tolerate each other, but like they all personally love you. It's your friend group. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, these are my girls, but really they all their best friend is you, not each other. So without you, that friend group would not even hang out. Like, they would probably wouldn't even know each other. What else? What am I seeing? You're a trendsetter. Yeah, people follow you. People want to hold on to your coattails. People want to come for a ride. I get that you're a leader, but you don't necessarily know it. Like, you're not as aware as everybody else is that you're the leader. And like, you don't see the signs that like they're kind of waiting on you to make the decision so that you can tell everybody else what to do. um you don't feel like that person. Like, you don't feel like the like point person. Like, you don't have like the typical queen bee energy that I guess a lot of people who associate with the like, I don't know, like Regina George, like that's what pops in my head. Like, you're more of the Katie Heron, where people want to like follow her because she's like a cute, kind girl next door type, and not like a super mean queen bee. But like, you're still not aware. Like, even, the girl Katie Heron in Mean Girls was like aware that she had that effect on people. Like, you just don't have that. You just don't aren't aware that you do not, or that you do have that effect on people. You're just like still kind of oblivious to it. Yeah, let's get into these cards. Let's see what's up. Spirit, what is pile four's purpose? That's too much. Alright, you want me to take this card? The Chariot. Ooh, so you're the messenger? Maybe you're a bit psychic. Ooh, definitely. You're an oracle. I get that. I get this feeling that you're connected. That's why people come to you, because they seek your grounded, they seek your wisdom. They know you know what's up. That's pretty much what it is. They know you know what's up, and they'll tolerate pretty much anything to be around you, so that they can learn from you, so they can get whatever you're offering. Like, even if you're not even aware of like how much I don't even think you think you're at the top, or like you still think you're growing, or like growing into something. Like, you don't see your effect on others. Like, you still kind of feel like you're not the queen yet, like you don't have everything figured out, but people still see you as like golden, like you know what's going on, or like you know what you're doing. What is pile four's purpose? What is pile four's purpose? What is pile four's purpose? Oh, here. I'm gonna shuffle again. I'm feeling that. The sun. That came up. Oh. Let's see. These cards. No, that's... See, that's why I wanted to shuffle, because of those cards. But... Three of Cups. Maybe you can sing. Maybe you have musical talent, or some kind of like a nice voice, like a calming voice. Like, people love to hear you talk. People love to hear you sing. You must sing. Like, I get that you're a singer. You play an instrument, or you're in a band. Why aren't you happy? I just feel like you maybe not emotionally stable, or you're not happy. You don't feel like you're where you need to be? Okay. Alright, I'm getting this message that's not even a part of the cards, but pretty much when you are open like this, right? So when you're open, like you're a messenger, you're a high priestess, you're a hierophant, you're learned, you understand things, you bring things from the etheric to the physical, you channel information, like what you tell people they needed to hear, like they appreciate it, they're open to it, they're not, the way you deliver this information is so courteous and compassionate and understanding and non-judgmental that like you create harmony, you know, but like maybe you don't see this for yourself, you don't see that you do this, or like that people really like maybe you just don't. I get this like feeling like death, like you're remembering better times. Actually, what I picked up was that like someone died, like someone really close to you died, and like you're still really sad about it, and you're still like you're still healing, like your heart is, you still long for them, you're still healing from that. I really am getting death, or like death of a loved one. This is your story, this is your journey, this is, you know, how a hero is born, right? So like your story is worth everything, and there's nothing wrong with the things that you've been through as long as you grow from them, you know. And like somebody dying, that's tragic, like it's not like, you know, you can really do anything about that. Ooh. Okay. What is pile four's true purpose? This card. Yeah, it wasn't fair. But, you know, there's always a rainbow. Well, not always a rainbow after the rain, but like the rainbow comes after the rain, you know? What I get is this like heart healing that needs to occur in order to really like let anything in, like any joy or any happiness in. And Four of Wands in reverse, yeah, like you really aren't able to let love in at the moment. Like it's just I'm sorry, guys. If maybe this is a past energy, that like maybe you've met a friend who makes you feel really good. But to be honest with you, your true purpose is about how you're divinely guided, and how sometimes people really appreciate your like the care that you put into and the energy that you put into making sure that like what you say to them is profound. Maybe like, or just like, you just know the right thing to say to people. Like, you always just make people feel so much better, like, after being around you. You're just like, but you're just in this sad energy, and like, you can't be that right now. But what I'm getting is just like fighting these self-limiting beliefs, you know, working through your shadow self, working through your demons, working through the things that hold you back from like truly embodying your highest love potential. Because honestly, like, what I'm learning about energy work is that really we're here to bring you back into alignment. We're not here to do magic tricks or, you know, wow the audience, unless, you know, God wants us to. Like, in which case we're agents of spirit, not necessarily like making content for content creation's sake. It's more of like, there's a message that has to get out, and because like you're a divine channel, it is your birthright to essentially let it flow. And where you're at is, you know, the part of the spiritual awakening where you are going back through your shadow. Because like, before your awakening, like before you even really get into that shadow work, like, you know, everything's pretty much fine. Like, you feel like stuff is missing, but you're not like, you don't feel as confronted or bothered by your demons until you get to a mental place where then you're like, oh, it's these demons that are causing me not to be as happy as I want to be. And then hence the awakening of like not trying to live like that anymore. And like, you're so actively working on it. But I think Spirit also wants to remind you that time is really what is going to do most of the healing in this situation. Like, you can come to acceptance like in your mind, but like in your heart, if you don't accept things, like, you're still trapped. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter if you're gonna put like all your energy into healing. You know what I mean? Like, you should honor yourself, take care of yourself, you know, allow the emotions to come up as they do. And when you do get like new skills to practice healing, like, you know, it's not this thing that you can't have fun until you're healed. Like, that's more or less what I'm saying, because you can focus on healing, but like, you can have fun, you can meet people, you can be yourself even when like your wounds are still tender. It's not like you have to stop like living your life until you're like completely healed. And yeah, like, you're strong, you got this. Like, most of the people who you're even interacting with aren't healed and are, you know, not anywhere near where you are, you know, being as self-aware and understanding that there are toxic cycles within yourself that have to go. You know, you're completely led by your spirit team. Like, you're not queen of coins. Like, this is going to be a successful, that's back of deck energy. So this is going to be a completely successful venture for you. Like, you're going to turn a new page, you're going to show up as your most authentic self, you're going to feel stronger than ever, and you're going to have great boundaries that won't let anyone drain you. But my dear, you are a divine channel. That is your purpose. You, like myself, and I know thousands of other people on YouTube who are connected to spirit and work with spirit to be able to get the abundance and the fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment that they seek. You are important. You are so important. It's about awakening the collective and bringing, people into awareness and just putting content out, or being in spaces, being wherever you are presently is enough. It's exactly where you need to be. And your team is so proud of you. They see that you're growing, they see that you're healing. They just want you to like ease up on yourself, because you are truly living your purpose right now. Like, that's what I mean. Like, people like this, like, they don't see that their purpose could be so small. um you know, daily interactions that, they had to be there for this to happen, for that to happen. Like, you know, I think that, like, I wouldn't be where I am right now had I not met everyone where I met them, at the moment that I met them, in the circumstances in which I met them. And I wouldn't be who I am today without that happening. So if I am in turn living in my purpose at this moment, I've always been living in my purpose, because I was always destined to come here, destined to be here, destined to be sitting here giving you a reading. So, and you were meant to hear me give this reading to you. So, like, if you can see that, like, your worth is, you need to, like, zoom out. Also, there's a really good song. It's in the Prince of Egypt soundtrack, which, that album definitely slaps. Shout out to DreamWorks. It is called, fudge, what is it called? It goes, a single thread in a tapestry, though it's colored brightly shined, will never see its purpose in the pattern of grand design. And it just talks about, like, all the individual, like, something so big, you could never, like, garner its meaning from just a mere thread, and, like, oh my god, thread, guys, this is, like, why I love tarot. Like, a thread, you cannot garner how important you are from just a thread, and it's holding everything together. Like, you are everything. Just know, okay? Like, I love you so much. I love you so much. All right, here, let me just do a quick advice from the Inner Child Oracle, and then we're just gonna finish up the reading here, okay, guys? And I gotta go to the bathroom. All right. The chain breaker. Yes, we're healing. We're freeing ourselves. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Freedom, indignation, and justice. Judgments that have been placed upon us by ourselves or by others can shackle us, stealing our joy and our will to live. Take time today to remove those judgments, choosing not to believe the lies they tell. A judgment is not the truth, right? And especially, like, how you feel about yourself, or that, like, you're making these, like, how do I put it? You're making these, like, rules for yourself that, like, you have to follow because that's how you think it should go. And it's not necessarily the case, because, like, those are arbitrary rules that you made yourself. So, like, I can't go out and have fun till I'm healed. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, healing is like this. Like, it's like a wavy line. Like, some days are good, some days are bad, but, like, you're always healing. Like, the line of best fit, like, as long as it, like, it's going like this, it's going up and then it goes down. It's like the stock market. Like, overall, you're growing. It just doesn't seem like it day to day. But then when you look back, you're like, look at where I was at this point, and then look at where I am now. Like, I'm, like, from here to here, like, this was the beginning energy, and this was, like, where you're trying to end up. You're trying to end up at this, like, full, bountiful, abundant, feeling good with life, doing what you love to do. Like, your arms are just full of amazing things that you just want to share with all your friends. Like, that's who you are, and that's your purpose, and you are what makes this world tick. So, I mean, I love you, and I thank you, and I'm honoring you. Like, just you being here helps raise the collective consciousness. You doing this, like, work just helps the collective grow, because we are all connected. The more love and light energy that you put into yourself, we all feel, because that's just how energy flows. That's how it works. So thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Come back. If this reading resonated for you, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I hope that I will see you next time. Bye.